Something in the unseen has already begun. You may not see it yet. You may not feel it in every area of your life, but heaven has moved. The shift has started, and nothing can stop what's coming. For too long you've prayed, you've waited, and you've wondered when the breakthrough would appear. But the truth is, the answer was never no. It was wait. I'm aligning everything for your good. The divine plan was never delayed. It was maturing. Like the seed beneath the soil, your promise was germinating, hidden from sight, yet alive with purpose. Now, that purpose has reached its appointed hour. The vibration of change has already been released in the unseen realm. The doors that once resisted you are trembling. The patterns that held you in limitation are dissolving. God has spoken, and when the word is spoken, creation must obey. Do not judge by appearances. What looks like silence is divine rearrangement. What feels like loss is the universe clearing the path. You are not being left behind. You are being positioned. The old timeline has ended and a new one has begun. The people, opportunities, and miracles aligned with your destiny are already in motion toward you. The shift begins not in the outer world, but within the realm of your consciousness. As you change your inner conversation, the world must reflect that change. The moment you accept that it has already happened, you step into alignment with divine law. You are no longer waiting for the miracle, you are embodying it. Faith is not begging God to move. Faith is knowing that He already has. It is the quiet confidence that says, though I do not see it yet, it is already mine. The unseen hand of the divine is moving every piece, turning every delay into design, every setback into setup. You don't need to strive, push, or force. You only need to believe. For what's coming cannot be stopped, not by fear, not by doubt, not by circumstance. It is written. The promise was sealed before you even prayed. So, lift your head. Stand in the knowing that the shift has started. Everything that once seemed impossible is aligning in your favor. Every wrong is being made right. Every closed door is giving way to divine timing. This is your moment of awakening. Not to something new, but to what has always been yours. God's word concerning your life is in motion, and it will not return void. The shift is irreversible. The outcome is inevitable. The promise is unbreakable. So rest in that knowing, because what's coming isn't random, it's divine. And nothing can stop what's already been ordained. Every true shift begins not in the world around you, but in the invisible realm within you. Before anything manifests in your outer life, it first takes root in the consciousness of your belief. The external world is nothing more than a mirror, faithfully reflecting the state of your inner world. What you hold as true in the silence of your imagination eventually appears before you in visible form. Every divine change, every breakthrough, every answered prayer begins as a quiet conviction, an unseen certainty that what you desire is already real. You are not waiting for circumstances to align. Circumstances are waiting for you to align. The divine power that creates worlds does not move because of fear, doubt, or desperation. It moves through faith, through inner acceptance. The moment you dare to believe that what you seek is already accomplished, a shift occurs in the unseen. Something in the spiritual dimension begins to move. The vibration of your belief sends a signal into the divine field, and creation responds. The great secret is this: you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are conscious of being. If your inner dialogue is filled with limitation, the world will echo it back to you through limitation. But if your inner conversation declares abundance, healing, love, and purpose, those same qualities must find their way into your outer experience. It cannot be otherwise. The outer world is obedient to the inner vision. When you begin to understand this, you stop chasing results and start cultivating states of consciousness. You begin to see that prayer is not about convincing God to act. It's about shifting your awareness until you feel the reality of the answered prayer. The divine law operates with precision, as within, so without. When you change the inner image, the outer scene rearranges itself to match it. The moment you decide, in full conviction, that you already are what you wish to be, the unseen forces of the universe begin their perfect orchestration. But this inner shift requires stillness. It requires trust. You cannot see the seed growing beneath the soil, yet you trust that life is unfolding within it. In the same way, when you shift within, you may not see immediate proof. The world may appear unchanged, but something deep in the unseen has been set in motion. The divine timing is precise. When your faith matures, the harvest will appear effortlessly. To live in this understanding is to live in mastery. You stop reacting to appearances and begin creating from awareness. You no longer measure progress by what you see, but by what you know within. This is the essence of divine creation. Knowing that the unseen is more real than the visible, and that belief is the birthplace of every miracle. So guard your inner world, nurture it with faith, gratitude, and imagination. See yourself already possessing the promise. Speak as if it has already happened. Feel the joy of its fulfillment. When your inner world aligns with your divine identity, the outer world has no choice but to follow. For every divine shift begins not in heaven above, but in the consciousness within you. And once that shift occurs, nothing can stop it from becoming your reality. Imagination is the birthplace of every miracle. It is the seed of all creation, the sacred space where the unseen becomes seen, where thought takes form, and where divine intention begins its journey into the physical world. Everything you have ever experienced, every structure, invention, or breakthrough, began first as an image in someone's imagination. In the same way, everything that will unfold in your life begins in that hidden garden of the mind. When you dare to imagine something as true, you plant a seed in the soil of consciousness. That seed may be invisible to others, but it is alive, charged with divine energy. The moment you imagine with conviction, heaven begins to move. The spiritual law is exact. What is vividly imagined with faith and feeling must express itself in form. The imagination is not mere fantasy. It is the creative faculty of God operating through you. When you imagine, you are not daydreaming. You are creating on the invisible plane. The challenge for most is that they imagine the wrong things. They use this divine power to rehearse fear, doubt, and limitation. They imagine what could go wrong instead of what could go right, and the universe, being obedient, reflects it back. Yet when you consciously turn your imagination toward faith, when you dare to picture your desired outcome as already done, you align with divine power. The invisible world rearranges itself. to mirror your inner vision. Imagination is the first act of faith. To imagine yourself healed, prosperous, free, or fulfilled while circumstances still look unchanged is to honor the truth that the unseen is more powerful than the visible. This is the secret of all transformation. The world around you bends to the image you consistently hold within you. When that image becomes more real to you than your present conditions, reality must eventually conform to it. It is through imagination that God works miracles. When you see yourself as already possessing what you desire, you are agreeing with divine law. The creative energy of the universe flows through that agreement, drawing to you every person, event, and opportunity required for manifestation. You don't have to force it, manipulate it, or beg for it. Your role is to see it in imagination and to feel its truth so completely that it becomes natural to you. When it feels real within, it must appear without. Understand this deeply. Imagination is not passive. It is an act of divine creation. Each time you close your eyes and envision the life you long for, you are rewriting the script of your destiny. You are declaring to the universe, "This is who I am." And God, who honors faith, responds by shaping reality to your belief. So dare to imagine boldly. See yourself walking in victory. See your prayers answered, your dreams fulfilled, your heart at peace. Live in that inner vision until it becomes your natural state. For what you dare to imagine as true, God will move heaven and earth to make real. Imagination is not escape, it is creation. It is the sacred bridge between what is and what can be, and through it all things are made possible. ChatGPT said, "When the divine plan is set in motion, nothing and no one can stand in its way." The moment God ordains a thing for your life, it is sealed in eternity. It may take time for your eyes to see it, but in the unseen realm, it is already accomplished. The path is written, the outcome secured, and the timing perfectly arranged. No human opposition, no delay, no detour can interfere with what heaven has decreed. Divine order cannot be broken. Every seeming obstacle is not a contradiction to the plan, but a part of its unfolding. What looks like a setback is often divine choreography, the universe rearranging circumstances to bring about the perfect fulfillment of what is destined for you. When you understand this, you stop resisting the process. You stop questioning every delay and start trusting the divine rhythm behind it. Life is not happening to you. It is happening for you, in alignment with the perfect will of God. The divine plan is like a river, steady, purposeful, and unstoppable. You may build dams of doubt or fear, but even those cannot block the current forever. The water finds its way around every obstacle, cutting new paths through rock and soil until it reaches its destination. So it is with your destiny. No matter who resists you, misunderstands you, or tries to hinder you, the divine current will always carry you where you are meant to be. There are times when you may feel forgotten, as though the promise has faded or the vision has died. But what is divine cannot die. It can only mature. The delay you perceive is divine timing, perfecting the details. The closed door is protection, not punishment. The silence is preparation, not rejection. When the time is right, the shift happens suddenly, effortlessly, and undeniably. Everything that once resisted you begins to cooperate with you because divine order has taken command. Everything that once resisted you begins to cooperate with you because divine order has taken command. You are not at the mercy of chaos. You are guided by an intelligence far greater than circumstance. This higher power sees beyond your momentary confusion and weaves every event, both the joyful and the painful, into the grand tapestry of your purpose. What others mean for harm, God turns into good. What you thought was loss becomes gain. Every delay conceals divine precision. So rest in this truth. What is appointed for you cannot be lost. The promises over your life are indestructible. Even if you take a wrong turn, divine order redirects your steps. Even if others try to block your way, they only serve to push you closer to destiny. The hand of God cannot be stopped by human hands. Therefore, be still in your spirit. Trust the timing. Trust the unseen wisdom guiding your path. What's meant for you is already yours in the realm of spirit, and the moment it's due, it will manifest effortlessly. Nothing can interfere, nothing can delay, and nothing can deny what heaven has decreed. The divine order is in motion, and it will not fail. ChatGPT said, "Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. It is the quiet, unwavering confidence that what you have asked for already exists, even when there is no visible sign of it." Faith is not dependent on evidence. It creates evidence. It does not wait for proof. It gives proof its reason to appear. When you believe before you see, you step out of the limitations of time and into alignment with divine order. You move from the world of waiting into the world of knowing. And it is in that sacred space that miracles begin to unfold. True faith is not blind, it is visionary. It sees beyond what the eyes can perceive and anchors itself in the eternal truth that the unseen is more real than the visible. Every miracle, every breakthrough, every answered prayer begins with someone daring to believe before any sign appeared. To live by faith is to live from the end, to feel the reality of the promise fulfilled, even when circumstances still contradict it. This is how divine timing works. When your inner conviction matures, the outer world rushes to meet it. The mind often seeks evidence before it believes, but faith reverses the order. It says, "I believe, therefore I will see." It trusts that the invisible hand of God is at work, even in the silence, even in the stillness. When you hold faith in the unseen, you are saying to creation, "I know it is already done." That knowing becomes a magnetic force, drawing into form every condition, opportunity, and event necessary to reveal the fulfillment of your belief. Faith transcends logic because it comes from a higher knowing. It is not based on what the senses report, but on what the Spirit knows. To the natural mind, faith seems irrational. To give thanks for something not yet visible, to celebrate before the victory. Yet this is the divine paradox. When you believe as though it were already done, the universe mirrors your conviction. The world outside must eventually conform to the truth you hold inside. Every test of life is a test of faith. When nothing seems to move, when the answer appears delayed, that is when faith is being refined. It is in those silent seasons that you are being invited to trust without evidence, to rest in the unseen wisdom of God's timing. Faith says, even if I don't see it yet, I know it's on the way. That quiet assurance releases resistance, allowing the miracle to flow unhindered. Faith is not just belief in God, it is belief in the God within you, the creative power that speaks worlds into being. When you align with that power, through unwavering belief, you participate in divine creation itself. You stop begging and start believing, you stop doubting and start declaring, and when that alignment is complete, manifestation becomes inevitable. So, believe before you see. Stand firm when evidence is absent. The unseen is already forming your miracle. Every second you remain in faith, divine timing unfolds perfectly, and what once seemed impossible becomes reality. Faith transcends evidence, because it is evidence, the inner knowing that what God promised, He has already performed. There comes a moment in every divine journey when the old must fall away to make room for the new. It can feel uncomfortable, confusing, even painful, as though everything familiar is crumbling. But what you are witnessing is not destruction, it is divine construction. The old order, the patterns, relationships, and circumstances that once served a purpose are now being dismantled to create space for what God has already prepared. Every closed door, every delay, every unexpected ending is part of this sacred transition. Nothing is being lost. It is only being replaced by something greater. When God begins to elevate you, He first clears the foundation. The shaking you feel is not punishment but preparation. The divine architect is removing what no longer aligns with your next level. Sometimes that means people drift away, opportunities dissolve, or plans unravel. To the natural mind, it looks like loss, but to the spiritual eye, it is order being restored. You are not being left behind, you are being lifted up. You cannot enter a new season carrying the weight of the old. The old mindsets, fears, and attachments cannot survive in the vibration of your new reality. That is why life sometimes closes doors you would have kept open, why circumstances shift without your consent. It is divine mercy disguised as disruption. God knows that what once sustained you cannot sustain you now. The old version of you must give way to the one who is ready to receive the promise. When the old begins to crumble, your role is not to resist, but to trust. Let go with gratitude. Honor what has been, but do not cling to it. The more you fight the change, the more painful it feels. But when you surrender, when you recognize that divine order is at work, peace returns. The chaos is only temporary. It is the soil being broken for new growth. What looks like endings are actually beginnings, wearing different clothes. Understand this truth deeply. God never subtracts without intending to multiply. When something is removed, it is because something greater is on the way. The disruption is the divine signal that your next chapter has already been written. The unseen has already shifted. The visible world is merely catching up. So when doors close, say thank you. When paths end, bless them. When the old falls apart, stand still and trust that something higher is unfolding. You are not falling apart. You are being rebuilt into alignment with destiny. The old must crumble because it cannot contain the new you. What once fit your spirit now feels too small. The shift you're experiencing is evidence that your frequency has risen. You are evolving into the person capable of carrying the promise. So do not fear the falling away. It is divine order in motion. The ending of what was never meant to last and the birthing of what has always been prepared. The old is not your loss, it is your liberation. What God is building cannot be shaken, and soon you will see that everything that left was only making room for what was meant to come. You are not waiting for change to come. You are the vessel through which change flows. The divine power within you is not passive, it is creative, alive, and ever moving. It does not wait for conditions to improve before it acts. It transforms conditions through its presence. You carry within you the same creative essence that spoke light into darkness. The shift you are sensing in your life is not happening around you, it is happening through you. You are the instrument of divine transformation, the living bridge between the unseen and the seen. Too often, we look outside ourselves, waiting for signs, opportunities, or breakthroughs to appear. We imagine that change will begin once the world aligns in our favor. But the truth is, alignment begins within. The outer world only mirrors the state of your inner world. When your consciousness rises, the environment around you reorganizes itself to reflect that new vibration. The divine power does not wait for circumstances to permit your growth. It causes circumstances to bend to your spiritual authority. You are not a victim of life's movements. You are a participant in its creation. Every thought you hold, every word you speak, every belief you nurture sends out a frequency that shapes reality. The power of God does not dwell in temples made by hands. It lives in you. When you choose faith over fear, vision over doubt, love over resentment, that power flows freely through you. You are the vessel through which heaven touches earth. The divine shift is not an external event, it is an awakening of your divine identity. As you remember who you are, the illusions of limitation begin to dissolve. You start to realize that the authority to create, to heal, to prosper, and to rise has always been within you. You were never meant to wait for change. You were meant to be the change. God works through willing vessels, hearts that are open, minds that are surrendered, spirits that are awake. When you walk in that awareness, life begins to obey you, not because you are forcing it, but because you are aligned with the creative flow of the universe. You stop reacting to problems and begin responding from power. You stop asking, when will it happen, and start declaring, it is happening through me. This shift in awareness moves mountains, opens doors, and dissolves barriers that once seemed immovable. The same spirit that raised life from the dust is alive in you now. It is not waiting for conditions to change. It is creating the change itself through your faith, your intention, and your vision. The more you believe this truth, the more the evidence appears. So rise into your divine role. Speak life where there is lack. Declare peace where there is chaos. See abundance where others see limitation. You are not powerless. You are the vessel of the shift. Through you, the divine is creating new realities, new opportunities, and new beginnings. The power is already within you, waiting only for your agreement to flow. Everything that has been spoken leads to one undeniable truth. The shift has begun. It started not outside of you, but within you. The unseen hand of God is already moving, aligning every detail, orchestrating every event, and preparing every blessing that belongs to you. Nothing is random, nothing is wasted, and nothing can stop what has already been divinely set in motion. The old is fading because it can no longer contain who you are becoming. The doors that once closed are now opening because your vibration has changed. The delays you once feared were never denials, they were divine pauses, ensuring you would be ready to receive what's meant for you. You have been stretched, refined, and awakened for such a time as this. Now, step forward in faith. No longer wait for signs. No longer doubt the process. The power of creation is alive within you, working through you, transforming your reality from the inside out. The same divine presence that created the heavens is breathing through your words, your imagination, your belief. You are not waiting for the shift. Trust that every piece is falling into place. What you have prayed for, dreamed of, and envisioned is already on its way. The new is rising, and all of heaven is aligning in your favor. Stay rooted in faith, anchored in gratitude, and confident in the knowing that divine order cannot fail. Your time is not coming, your time is now. Thank you for listening, and remember, what God has started in your life, no force on earth can stop. The shift is here, and it's working for your good.